Hey guys, I'm back for. It's been quite a while since my last Buffy review, so that's what this is, another Buffy season 8 review. Uh, I'm just kind of I'm doing my next. I'm doing like another Buffy rewatch of the TV series, and I just kind of get in Buffy mode again. I realized I haven't done a season 8 review in a while, so I went out and bought the next two volumes after Predators and Prey, and read them both yesterday. So now I'm gonna review them for you guys. My notes. And anyway, we've got Volume 6 Retreat. Now, uh, with this, it's kind of like it's uh it's kind of anticipate like I was really anticipating this because the return of Oz, and I was really excited to see him again because he's my one of my favorite characters in the Buffyverse. So it was going to be nice to see him return and how they bring him back, and what his interactions would be like with Scoobies and all that. And I really didn't like what they did. It just seems like, he was there for a cameo at the end of the first issue, and then the second issue he kind of tells what he's been up to, uh, what he's been up to since he left Sunnydale, and now he's got a wife and a son, and he's been able to kind of suppress the wolf inside of him, which is good. Uh, but I don't know. It didn't feel because he really just felt like mostly a background character in the other issues. After that, he didn't. It feels like they kind of wasted his return. Like they could have done something better, but they didn't, and it was really disappointing. Not sure if anyone else feels like this, but from my standpoint, it was just I'll always love Oz, but this isn't how I'd want them to bring him back. And plus, the art in this was like terrible for Oz. Like, let me see if I can find something here. Well, actually, that's not bad, but I don't know. Just most of like the art and stuff, like for Oz was like meh. And again, like the art in the overall trade, it was like just meh. It's just really bland. And some of the times I couldn't really tell the difference between Andrew and Oz. That was just it just kind of pissed me off a bit. Another thing is that you've got like the that I don't really like is the military being involved in everything. Uh, that's kind of what the downfall of season 4 was, in my opinion, was that initiative arc and like the whole military involvement. It just kind of really brought it down, and I feel it's bringing season 8 down a bit too, as because the Slayers are like public enemy number one almost. People don't really care for the Slayers, and people are just after them, and it's just like, yeah, why are you doing this? Uh, Another one of the like what the fuck things in this was Xander and Dawn. What the hell? Xander and Dawn getting together? That's just completely random. I know Dawn always had a crush on Xander, but it kind of feels a little weird. I know he's what, like 5 years older than her. Uh, and you've got people that have longer than that. More years between them than that in real life. But just like whereas he used to babysit her, it just seems kind of weird to me. It does anyway, and I'm not really sure what kind of purpose this is going to serve other than to give Dawn something to do. Xander, because she doesn't really after the whole giant Senatorette doll fiasco, she really just kind of didn't have anything to do. So maybe this will I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. She's probably gonna end up dying because lots of most of the people Xander, like the women he's involved with, dies. So that's all. They die. They don't die. They die. So maybe that'll be something. I don't know. We'll see. Um, and some of the positive things were you've got the one issue that is the storyteller callback, We've got Andrew going with the video camera around and giving his narrative on everything. That was great because Andrew is hilarious and he's so geeky and you can really relate to Andrew. I can relate to Andrew a bit, just being a little geeky, but not that, not so much. I'd go around and follow everyone with the camera, but he was looking for a trader or whatever, and he just he was absolutely hilarious, and it was good to have a little callback to that. But I'm surprised he didn't. I was hoping he'd like go over to Oz or whatever and like say a little thing about Oz. Oz, werewolf, abandoned Sunnydale, so the monster wouldn't kill his one true love, Willow. Kind of like what he did in the Storyteller app, but that's all right. Um, oh, and then one of the best things about this was because like the main storyline is that they go to Oz because they need to learn how to suppress their magic so Twilight doesn't find them. So the Slayers and Willow, they get rid of their magic. They get rid of their strength, everything. It's gone. And Buffy and Faith really start to bond over like because they start like doing work and stuff to become one with the earth so their powers will go into the earth. And Buffy and Faith just like that, they've got that one little scene where they just really just sit there and bond and they're actually friends and not enemies. They're not frenemies. And that's nice to see. It's nice to see that Buffy's growing a little bit when it comes to Faith. And hopefully that stays like that because Faith has really she has done some shitty things, but she's also kind of proven herself and redeemed herself a bit. So I think that's something that Buffy needs to take into account, and hopefully that's she's learned to live with it. Um, then we've got maybe a little bit of foreshadowing because in the Frey arc, we had Dark Willow, and then Buffy's all afraid that Willow's gonna go dark again, and there is a bit of that could happen. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll do it again, but I hope not. Because time can be rewritten. If Doctor Who has taught you anything, it's that time can be rewritten. So hopefully Willow doesn't go dark and become a big bad again. Because I don't want to see them repeating themselves. I don't I don't care for the repeats. So overall, the story was good. It wasn't great. It was better than Predators and Prey. I'll tell you that because you can't really get that low again. At least I hope. Uh, and it ends with Buffy kind of showcasing a new power or having a new power, which is flying. She was kind of floating a bit. So I'll go into a little bit more detail on that in my Twilight review of the Buffy book, not the actual shit book. So yeah, that's it for that, and I'm just I'm liking a little bit of season 8, but not all of it. Oh, and then you've got these two short stories here. You've got one where Harmony goes on the Colbert Report, which is kind of funny. And then you've got this other one where Buffy's dreaming, and she dreams that Angel and Spike are kissing, and she's getting married to Skinless Warren by Caleb. And it's quite something, but the whole interior art is by Joe Chen for like the 3 pages. Um, so I don't know. I wouldn't mind Joe Chen like I don't know if it would take longer, but I wouldn't mind Joe Chen doing the interior artwork for all of season 9 or something because it's certainly got to be better than that. Anyway, uh, that's the Retreat review. Uh, if you guys haven't read Retreat, I don't know what the hell you're doing watching this, but if you have, leave me your thoughts in the bottom. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, something else I didn't point out, leave it in the comments box, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.